Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we've got some gorgeous gals with us in the studio. It is that time again. It's the Miss Black U.S. Ambassador Pageant, and we've got the citywide director with us, Brenda Smith. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
Doing great. Brenda, it's always wonderful to see you and get to talk to the girls.
I know. We just look forward to this time of year each year.
And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is your time of the year, too. This is your opportunity to see these young ladies in elements that some of them have never been in before, and some who've been doing it for years and years. Brenda, talk to us about the name change, what has changed with the pageant, and tell us about how this time around has been.
Oh, it's been wonderful. The name change was put in place because we wanted to be on a bigger venue. We wanted our ladies to know that if they could represent Dublin, Georgia, they could represent any pageant in the world.
That's right.
Yes, and then we looked at upper level pageants. Miss Black Georgia,
Yes.
U.S. Ambassador, was one of the very first ones that we chose to want to be a part of.
That's good. That's good. And so did you have to do a lot of legwork or paperwork to get all of this changed to have it here in the city of Dublin?
Yes, we did. Actually, it took 2 years.
Oh, wow.
It took 2 years of submitting paperwork, working with the right personnel. There were some changes that we had to make, but the Black Festival Committee was very instrumental in getting it done.
Very good. Well, we're excited. We're excited for the change because this is upwardly mobile for these young ladies because a lot of them, I mean, after this pageant, go on to other pageants. And so this is a great way for them to represent not just Dublin, but also the state of Georgia.
Correct. And then nationally.
And then nationally. How great would that be, Brenda?
Wonderful. I would be the first person saying, okay, let's go. Let's do this thing.
That's awesome. And one of my good friends, her daughter was Miss Black Georgia back in 14 or 15. She's a flight attendant for Delta Airlines, and so she's still doing great things. And so here we are. You've got some great girls coming in, some that have been in a pageant before. And so talk to us about how this whole process has been when you started in the first part of August.
Well, when we started in the first part of August, when we had our invitational tea, we had 2 people to show up.
2 people.
2 people. But the best thing about that is my prior queens came back. So we just had a reunion.
That's good.
It is always a little shaky in the beginning. But once we really started talking to people about the pageant, as a matter of fact, I had an open day. At Dublin High School, I had 30 girls.
Very nice. Very nice. I mean, that's good. And you know, Brenda, some girls are a little bit nervous about competing at that level. And
That's
so
true.
you're bringing some girls in here. You're
Yes.
taking them outside of their comfort zones, and that's a good thing. So what are the former queens doing now?
Well, they are all in college, and they are all still honor students. My 2013 queen, Miss Erica Lattimore, has just applied to dental school.
Nice.
Yes, and she is also Miss Black UGA. Wow.
That's a screaming for you, Erica.
Yes. Chelsea Williams is at Claflin University, as well as Hannah Edwards.
Hannah Edwards.
And I hope to see them back next weekend.
You will. I'm sure they'll come back for this. They'll
I
come
hope
back
so.
for this. And so you've had some girls that have been doing pageants for a long time. And so you had a lot of depth. And so you've got how many girls this time?
We have 10.
And you've got how many that's been in this pageant before?
Only 2.
Only 2. Well, they'll give a wealth of knowledge to the girls who this is their first time.
That's true.
And so tell us about the process, like when you got these girls narrowed down to 10, what all did you have to do with them?
Actually, they have been spending the most time on learning the opening act, which is taught by my daughter, who lives in Atlanta.
Oh, my.
And she usually comes in every weekend or whenever she can to help them with that opening act.
And so with their opening act, is that dancing? And
It is dancing, choreography, and also speaking.
Okay.
Which we try to work with them on the proper way to gather yourself.
Yes.
To gather yourself.
And to gather your thoughts.
Yes, yes.
It's difficult, I think, sometimes. I mean, it's easy to talk amongst your friends or at the house, but to be able to be poised to speak in front of a group of people on a stage, that's a little different.
Very different. I remember the first time after they had done their dance and they were all in their arc, and then contestant number 1 comes up and she goes like, "My name," and that was about it.
And you couldn't cut, though.
Right.
You couldn't cut.
It's just such a difference when you actually have to do it.
Right.
Until it's time to actually
do it. That's when the heat and the pressure is on. And so these girls here, apparently they've made it this far.
Yes.
And so we're excited to see them up there on that stage. We want you to give us all the specific as far as tickets, the location, the time. Give it to us.
Okay. This year the pageant will be at Dublin High School Auditorium. It will begin at 6 o'clock. The tickets in advance are $8. At the door, they will be $10. Okay. And we have tickets available at Dublin Housing Authority and also from any member of the Black History Festival Committee.
All right. And that date is on the 23rd?
23rd.
And so how soon or how late to that date can they purchase tickets in advance?
The morning of.
The morning of. All right. So, I mean, hopefully we have a great crowd that will come to support these young ladies. Dublin, Lawrence County, surrounding counties, we want you guys to come out and support these ladies. And so you pulled from 3 schools. You got three schools participating this time. How many from Dublin, East Lawrence, and West Lawrence? Is that correct?
Yes. We have 8 from Dublin. 1 from East Lawrence, who is our baby. She's in the 9th grade. And then we have 1 from West Lawrence.
All right. Well, this is going to be your opportunity to meet these young ladies. So we're going to talk to them a little bit, Brenda, just to see where that poise is coming into play, just to see where their heads are and where they come from. Because I think it's important for them to, to really know who they are and where they come from, to be able to present themselves on that stage. So this is going to be really awesome. Any other things that you want to make sure that the people out there know about this event?
This is an event that is more than just choosing a beautiful face. This is an event that selects a young lady to represent all of Dublin, Lawrence County. These young ladies have something that I wish every young lady could have a chance to emulate. I am very proud of them. They have blessed my life, and I wish them all very well.
That's beautifully said. We're excited. We're going to take a little break right here. When we come back, we're going to meet these young ladies. It doesn't matter what race you are, black, white, green, yellow, brown. These ladies are representing all of us, and so we're excited to have them here in the studio. Thank you, Miss Brenda Spitz, for everything that you do.
Thank you.
And you continue to pour into these girls, and we know that as you do that, they pour into you.
That's true.
We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, with these beautiful young ladies.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell. I want to say thank you to the community for allowing us to help you in your financial plans. If you're looking for a personal banker to assist you in meeting all your financial needs, then let me invite you to stop by our location on Bellevue Avenue in Dublin. You'll love our location, our services, and especially our people. Community Bank of Dublin, Lawrence County, the bank that's service-built, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
A lot of people don't know that Nationwide Insurance is the largest farm insurer in the country. Is your irrigation or your equipment insured at actual cash value, or is it insured at replacement cost? How will the actual cash value actually be determined? By market value, which you can buy a used piece of equipment on the market for, or at some formula your insurance company has come up with? Replacement cost. Is it at what it would have been at the current model or the new model? Don't find out at the time of a claim. Call us and let us go through it with you to help make sure that you're insured getting the most value for your dollar. Are your barns, equipment sheds, other structures covered properly? Is your livestock is your chemical in storage? Are your fuel tanks, your nitrogen tanks? Are all these items covered? Have you ever been asked? That's what we do when we come to your farm, because we're on your side. Nationwide and Walker Insurance is on your side.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and now it is time to meet the contestants, the pageant girls here for the Ambassador Pageant. Are you ready for us?
Yes, ma'am.
You ready to share with us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell them all about you.
My name is Amaya Adams. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Dublin High School. I'm a part of auxiliary for DHS Marching Band, and I work at Dublin Health and Rehab as a CNA.
Wait a minute, you are working?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna high five you right here on the air because that's pretty spectacular. And one thing about this young lady, I was out working a game one night and it was so interesting. You know, she was doing her auxiliary and I heard her go, hey, Miss Pat, can you take my picture because you take all these pictures and you never get mine. So I think I took maybe 3 of you, right? Are we even now? We're good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Amaya, listen. And so here you are. You're a senior at Dublin High School. You've been in auxiliary. You're working. Tell us about what kind of clubs you're involved in. Any clubs you're involved in?
No, ma'am, just auxiliary.
Just auxiliary. And so what about your family?
I live with my mother and my stepdad, Patricia Hazley. She married to Paul Hazley.
Yeah.
I have 3 other siblings. I have 2 little brothers and a younger sister. And I'm the oldest, of course.
Oh,
and
you the big sister, so they
yes,
look
ma'am.
up to
I try
you.
to set a good example for them.
I was going to ask you that. And so have you been in pageants before?
I only been in one, Miss DHS.
And how was that for you?
It was good. I won 2nd runner-up.
Second runner-up. Congratulations. So with that being in that pageant, what things has that taught you in that pageant that has helped you in this one?
Well, I mean, my walk.
Your walk?
Yes. Cause
How's your walk?
I don't know. It was my first pageant, so, yeah.
Now, so when you first did that pageant, were you kind of nervous or apprehensive a little bit?
Yes, ma'am, 'cause I wasn't used to that type of setting. Like, I never did anything like that before because I was shy type or never thought I'd be in a pageant.
Yeah, and now here you are again
Yes,
in another pageant.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what have you done to prepare for this huge event?
I've been practicing a lot, like with different people who've been in pageants, and I've been spending time to myself to study for questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so if I asked you a question, what are some of your best qualities? What would you tell me?
My best quality to me is my work ethic because I'm a very hard worker. I feel like if you want something, you should go out there and get it yourself. It shouldn't just be given to you.
Oh, I love that. And where do you get that work ethic from, or who do you get that from, you would
My
say?
mother.
Your mom. Shout out to you, Mom. You're training her well. And so here it is. You're in this pageant. And so what do you think makes a good pageant girl, or someone that can represent not only their families, but their schools, but the community, the state of Georgia? What qualities makes a person like that worthy?
I feel like that you should be a confident person. You know, to be a pageant girl, well, just have confidence in yourself, and you know, just have good ethics and a good attitude and behavior.
And that's you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And now listen, I talk about our comfort zones. For me, I'm very comfortable in front of a camera, with this microphone, on a stage. That's my comfort zone. That's where I'm really able to just kind of be who I am. You tell us, what place is your comfort zone when you can be you?
My home.
Yeah.
Because I don't go out much, but when I am, I try to like stay to myself because I don't really like big crowds. But this pageant, I hopefully will bring me out of my shell. That's what I'm aiming for anyway.
You gonna come out of this shell, girl. And you know, and the thing is though, you can be you can be shy, you can be an introvert, but still be a person that could be a good representative, because we're all different. Everybody's not loud, everybody's not outgoing. And so what this pageant is doing is taking different personalities, different quirks, you know, different mannerisms, and it's presented on the stage, and it's like everyone is going to see that, and we're excited about it. Is your family going to be there?
Yes, ma'am.
What does your family say about you being in these pageants, where you say that you weren't a pageant girl and this is your second one? What does your mom and them, what do they say about you being in pageants now?
They happy that I'm finally, doing them, because my little sister is a pageant girl. Like, she done did a lot of them. So they always wanted me to do one. So when I first did Miss DHS, they were happy. And for me to do a pageant this big, they are very happy for
That's
me.
right. And now you all have to do a talent competition of some?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your talent?
I'm doing a monologue.
Ooh, you know I love monologues. So monologues requires great voice, enunciation. You have to have great memorization. Have you already had those things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is your element. So when you're on that stage doing that monologue, you're going to be free to just flow, right?
ma'am.
Well, we're excited. And what color's your dress?
Red.
Fire engine red. Yes. Well, we're so happy for you. It's great to see you again, and we cannot wait to see you at that pageant.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good to see you, baby. We'll take a selfie whenever this is over. Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Doing very well. So great to see you. This is your opportunity to share with the people out there all about you, and we're going to talk about your experience in pageants and what you're doing to get ready for this one. You ready? Talk to us.
My name is Shakirian Ficklin. I'm a junior at Dublin High School, and I'm proud to be Irish. My mother's name is Dion Tate, and I have one sibling. Her name is Jersey Tate. I am in FFA, Future Farmers of America, and I'm also in 4-H.
Very good, very good. In your senior year,
I'm a junior.
you're a junior, and so your senior year, with your senior year, that's where you kind of like have to make some serious decisions about where your future is. But as a junior, juniors are very significant. I love my junior year, but that was a time when I really had to seriously start looking at colleges and to kind of see what I wanted to do with my life. Are you doing that now?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And so how many pageants have you been in before?
I've never been in a pageant
Oh,
before.
my word. Your first time.
Yes.
What made you decide to want to be in this pageant?
To try something new,
Yeah.
to be around more people and interact,
That's good. A lot of people have trouble finding, doing something new and stepping out of their comfort zone. So has this been easy for you?
A little bit, to talk to people that I'm not used to, because I'm more comfortable around people that I'm used to and talking to.
I think that's how all of us are. And so you want to look at the pros and cons about yourself. Some things that are good about you as a person, and things that you sincerely have to work on. If you had to name a few things about yourself that you see are very good qualities and things that you're having to work on, what would that be?
Dealing with the pageant, I have to work on my posture and the way I talk and pronunciate.
Yes.
Because, I'm not a good speaker, but I'm working on that right now. Good qualities is once I get my mind set on something, I can do it, and being confident and putting my mind to it.
And that's good. And I want to kind of tell you, you are a good speaker. Just the way you and I are talking right now, you're very comfortable. You're comfortable talking to me and not even knowing me. And so that's a plus right there, because you're not even stuttering when you're talking to me. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
You're looking at me. You're able to kind of formalize things about you, and you're sharing it not just with me, but a whole lot of people out there. And you're good with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so we have to practice. We have to kind of, you know what I do? I tell people who have a difficult time, like speaking in front of people, taking pictures, I say practice in a mirror. Do you ever do that?
I did practice in the mirror when I was practicing my talent. I was looking in the mirror,
That's
my
good.
walk and everything.
And what's your talent?
My talent is singing.
Oh, my Lord. How long have you been singing?
I've been singing as long as I can remember.
Do you come from a singing family?
My grandmother used to sing, and my mother does.
That's nice. Now, do you sing outside of, we know you're going to sing in the pageant now. Do you sing in other places, churches, and in the community?
I used to be at a after-school program called DHA, and I sung there. I've sung at 4-H. I've sung at school.
And how do you feel when you're singing in front of people?
I'm more comfortable in my element.
In your element. I love that. And when you're able to find what your element is, or sometimes I say what your passion is, that's when you're able to really pour out. And so they're going to see a side of you when you're doing your talent that some people have never seen about you.
Right.
You know?
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
going to see that. And so you're wearing a gown, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you normally dress up and get fancy and all of that?
No, ma'am, at all.
So this here, that's a little bit out of your zone.
Yes.
But are you excited about that, to be able to do that?
Yes, to do something new, you know, get girly.
Get girly, and that's good. They're going to see two different sides of you, or different sides of you, and that's okay, because that shows that you're very multidimensional, that you're not just one way, you know. And so you're going to be able to flourish on that stage. You're going to look glamorous. Has anyone called you glamorous?
I mean, pretty, you know, glamorous. But you know, I look nice.
Yes, you look nice. You're going to look nice, you're going to look pretty, and you're going to look glamorous. And you know where that starts first, though, right?
In yourself, you know, you got to feel it in yourself, the confidence.
There you go. It starts on the inside. A lot of people, you know, we try to dress up this outside, you know, and don't work with that inward parts, that inward man. And so it's important that we want not just, you know, you girls to know, but people out there. A lot of times we focus on the outward. We focus on what the girls look like, what you look like, what your dress looks like, how your hair and your makeup is. And it's so important that we work on that inside. When we get that inside sharp, when our heart is sharp, when we know how to treat people.
Right.
The Bible tells us we got to treat people the way
You want to be treated.
that's right. And so when we know how to treat people, when we know how to love people for real, that beauty comes out, and it's going to be magnified.
Right.
And so we are looking forward to seeing all of you on that stage. Any last words to the people out there?
The pageant is September 23rd. Pre-order your tickets for 8, at the door 10. See you there.
See you there. Thank you, darling.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
Curry Maffett Insurance Agency in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Choose the convenience of Neighbors Express and get friendly, courteous service every time you visit any of our convenient locations. Fill up with pay at the pump and take advantage of our bigger and better selection of beverages and tobacco products. Buy 12 packs of Pepsi products, 2 for $6.99. Enjoy the popular crushed ice with your favorite fountain drink. Also enjoy a fresh, hot breakfast. Stop by for lunch or dinner. It's always fresh, always convenient at Neighbors Express. Now located at I-16 and 441 and in Cedar Grove, providing farm fuel for all our customers. Count on the convenience of Neighbors Express.
Oh, my. This one right here.
Hi, Miss Pat.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. You know, you and I go way back.
We really do.
Every time when I see this one right here, I taught you drama for 1 year. I see your mom, I see you, I see your family, and we just light up, don't we?
We really
Why
do.
is that?
I think just because our personalities are like so like we just click, and so yeah.
And you know, I'm so tickled to know that you're going to be in this pageant. I think that when you, you know, this is so cool, because when I saw her one day, she's like, oh, guess what, Miss Pat? And I'm like, what? I'm going to be in a pageant. Oh, Lord. I said, are you?
Yeah. Miss Pat knew me since I was in 8th grade, and in 8th grade, I was like a real tomboy. Like, it's just crazy how I've changed.
And I'm so proud of you. You've always been a beautiful girl, and you know that. And now to see you, you've got your lip gloss on, your hoop earrings, you're looking very feminine, and I'm like, wow, Asia. And your mom said you kind of just really has changed. You have blossomed. And so let us know. You know I know about you. Let the people out there know about you, things that you're involved in, your family, and where you started and where you are today. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right, hey guys, my name is Asia Hughes Bates. I am 15 years old and I am a sophomore at Dublin High School. I have 2 sisters, one that I currently live with. She's older than me, and my little sister lives in Florida. And my mom, I don't live with my mom. My mom lives in Mississippi. She's in school right now getting her degrees and stuff. So I live with my lovely grandmother, Ramona Cruz, and I'm also supervised by my aunt, Monique Sparger. I am in
What things are you involved in at school?
All right, so in school, I'm sorry, I had to think about it for a moment.
You're good.
I am involved in soccer. I play soccer. I've been playing soccer since the 8th grade. I was in chorus last year, and if we have a chorus this year, I'm definitely going to be in it. And, oh, that's it.
And so let me ask you this, Asia. Now, what is it about pageants that kind of, made you decide you want to be a pageant girl?
Well, when I was little, you see, I grew up watching Toddlers and Tiaras. And so I was just like, oh, Mommy, I want to be one of those girls.
Right,
and then she would always be like, no, I'm sorry, we don't have any money. Get over it.
Get over it.
I was like,
yeah.
and then I would always go to my room and cry and whatever. But, like, when Miss Brenda came to our school and announced on the intercom that whoever wanted to do the pageant to come to the cafeteria, I was like, sure, let me just get out of class and stuff.
Yeah.
But after, like, I heard and realized what it's actually about, I was like, I think I might want to do this.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
And that takes a lot of courage for you to to do something. Well, it's always been in your heart that you've wanted to do, but it had to be the opportunity, and you had to have the courage to do it. And so I think that it takes courage for you to get to where you are now. Yeah. And so what things have you had to work on about yourself, Asia, to get you to the point to where you are with the poise that is required and you becoming a lady?
Well, definitely my attitude, because I didn't really have a good attitude, and it really had to work in myself to keep moving forward with a positive attitude instead of a negative attitude. Right. And I really had to work on my demeanor and how I carry myself, because I used to carry myself like a tomboy, but now I realized that that's not me. Yeah. But
you can still be a tomboy. I mean, you can still be a tomboy, but still the femininity that you have now and that was always in you. And the fact that you're making this very honest assessment of yourself, of working on your attitude. Because I'm telling you, when we change our attitude about things, about life, you see a difference on your face.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you're looking fabulous.
Thanks.
And so far as talent, what are you going to do for your talent?
I'm actually going to be playing my guitar, and I'm debating on whether or not I sing with it. So.
Wow. And Asia, you are multi-talented. I mean, I've had you as far as a performer. I mean, you're brilliant with improv. And so now with you as a musician and singing, this is going to be a side of you. Now people are used to seeing Asia a certain way, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
And so what are they going to see differently about you when they see you on that stage?
Well, me personally, I think they're really going to see a difference in my character, because people have to grow in themselves and in their character. So they'll definitely see that, and they'll just see a different Asia, a different personality, a different, in a better way, though.
Well, we're excited to see that. I already see the growth in you, in which you're making me feel like I'm a proud mama here. But to see the growth in you, to see where I remember you when I first met you, and to see how you've changed. And see how you've changed for the better, and the fact that you're loving who you are.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Can't wait to see you in that gown.
Thank you.
Asia, ladies and gentlemen. So precious. Hello. Oh, look at this one right here. Now, I know this one. Hey, darling, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you,
So
too.
you're contestant number what?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this one right here, I graduated with her mom. I have to always say that because it's really telling of my age to see you, but it's always such a pleasure to see you. This is your opportunity to share with the people out there about you, about your family, and all of the things that you've had going for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Hello, my name is Naya Maynor. I am the proud daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Nelson Maynor Jr. I have 2 siblings, Taylor Maynor, my sister, and Avery Maynor, my little brother. I go to Dublin High School, where I am a senior and full IB student. I'm a part of the Beta Club, where I'm vice president. I'm a part of student council. I'm also a part of the Citizens Bank Council, as well as Dublin High School's drum major, and I'm the tennis captain at school. Also, I just started my 15th year of tap and my first year of teaching an actual tap class.
Look at me. Now you're making me feel, why are y'all making me feel like proud mamas here? You know, now, I mean, you have been very involved. I mean, your siblings are very involved, as well as your great parents, and you've been involved in so many things.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you keep it together? How do you prioritize, and how do you kind of get your schedule to where everything fits? How do you do that?
My big helper is the appointment book that my mom stressed. She told me to get one, and I got one. And with her, I have her help, of course, but the appointment book, it lays it out for me.
Very good. And so now, Naya, have you been in pageants before?
No, ma'am, this is my very first one.
So you've accomplished so many things in your life, and now you're like, let me pencil this in my appointment book to take part in this pageant. Why did you decide to do this?
I decided to do this pageant because this pageant has a positive outlook and reflection of African American girls my age, and I wanted to be a part of that.
That's beautiful. And with you being part of all the different organizations, the leadership organizations that you're in, what qualities do you possess in being a good leader?
I possess compassion because not everyone has the same background as me. So I feel like everyone should feel wanted and no one should feel left out.
Very nice. And this tapping. Now, if you've never seen her tap, she tapped at Miss Pamela Ingram's 30th retirement party, and just to see you there was just a beautiful thing. And so now you're teaching as well?
Yes, ma'am. This is my first class. My instructor, she wanted me to teach last year, but I needed to make sure that my classes were together because that was my first year taking the IB program. But this year I know how to balance my time and have time management around that. So I decided to teach my first class this year.
Congratulations to you, and then managing the IB program as well. And now, so Naya, I ask you this, and I want you to tell these people out here, it seems like you're kind of planning your future. You've been kind of planning your future for quite some time.
Yes, ma'am.
And so where do you see yourself a year from now?
A year from now, I see myself as a freshman at either the University of Georgia or Georgia Southern. And I want to major in pre-medicine so that after my first 4 years, I can apply to medical school and get my anesthesiology degree.
Very good. That's going to be special. You know your mom and dad are going to be super proud.
Yes, ma'am.
And well, listen, Naya, now you have been in front of people for different reasons for many years.
Yes, ma'am.
And so now as being a part of this pageant, what things are you having to work on to improve in areas to be a success for this pageant?
I want to make sure that I have confidence in my walks, especially the formal walk.
Yes.
Because you have to make sure that it's slow, nice and slow, but not too slow.
Yeah.
And that your dress flows and that you don't kick while you wear the dress. So I'm working on that.
All right. So how's that been going?
It's been going pretty well. There's still improvement.
Still improvement.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so for the talent competition, are you going to be doing tap?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to see you doing tap, and we're going to see you in your element, but also a new element for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And so this is a time for everyone to see you in a new element.
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's an expectation that's been placed on your life, you know, and I think that sometimes, you know, there's, with that expectation being there, everyone's already expecting this of you.
Yes.
Do you ever feel a sense of pressure from that?
Well, at first, I can feel the nerves and the butterflies, but after the show begins, they fade away, and I do my job that I'm supposed to do. Yes,
You do
ma'am.
your job. Well, we're expecting you to do your job, and you're going to look very elegant doing that. We're so proud of you. We're proud of everything that you've accomplished. We're proud of the lives that you're touching. Drum major, we saw you out there. We see you out there at the games, you know, doing your thing, you know, so you are used to being in crowds. And so this is going to be a different little element, a different crowd for you, but still this is your moment to shine.
Yes, ma'am.
Any last words, Miss Maynor?
Please come support us next Saturday.
There you go. You heard it. Miss Maynor, thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Having such a great time meeting these young ladies. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
How are you?
Doing great. Good to see you. Now, have you been in pageants before?
Yes, ma'am. This will be my 5th pageant.
Your 5th pageant. All right. Tell us all about you and tell us about your family, things that you've been involved in. And we want to know about your career in pageantry?
Well, my name is Jalecia McCray. I am the proud daughter of Felicia Holloman and Taylor McCray. I am also a very proud junior at Dublin High School.
Nice.
I participate in Beta Club. I'm the Vice President of Student Council this year. I am also the Ward 2 representative for the Dublin City Youth Council, which was a very hard thing to get
Very
in.
hard thing. Yes, it was. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. I also, as a ninth grader, I became on the varsity basketball team. I've played that for the past 2 years. I got hurt in 10th grade, so I had to miss out that year.
That's all right. That's all right.
I also played tennis, and I'm on the dance line as a part of the marching band.
Oh my goodness, another one doing so many different things. And you're doing things that puts you in that leadership position. It puts you in a position to have a responsibility that
ma'am.
others are to follow. Have you always been responsible, or when did you kind of, start being that girl where people could actually count on?
Well, for one, if it hadn't been for my mom, I probably would never have dreamed of being in half of the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
But when I got in high school, I started out because I'm a dual enrollment student in Georgia Military College.
Oh my goodness.
I take IB classes and AP classes, so I had no choice but to learn how to be responsible.
Yeah, you were doing so many great things and so many things that are leading you towards greatness.
Yes, ma'am.
And and to say that your mom has been there, I mean, really, because there has to be a support system, because we can't do it for our kids. And so to have parents, to have family there, to be that support system, that helps you to do more and to be able to succeed in what you're doing.
Right.
And so you've done 5 pageants.
Yes,
Have you won any of those from the pageants?
I've won 2, and I've placed in 3 and won 2.
And what ages were you?
8th grade, 5th grade. This year, made the 5th. So around middle school and high school.
All right. Now, so were you nervous the first time?
Of course.
How did it go for you? I mean, do you remember that experience?
Yes, ma'am. The day of, I cried because it was my very first pageant, and I didn't know what to do, and everybody else had experience,
Right.
so I was freaking out, but it turns out well in my favor.
And that's good. And so now there's some girls here that it's their first time doing pageants, as you hear how some say, well, I wanted to kind of do something different, so I got the nerve to do that. And you've been doing this several times. What advice would you give to some of the contestants that are doing this for their first time, or some young lady out there who's never done it before, but kind of needs a little bit of encouragement to do it? What would you say to them?
I tell them to believe in themselves. At first you might think that you can't do it, but if you believe and put your mind to it, you can do anything. And also, with a great support system, you can go through with it. Believe me, trust me, it's possible.
There you go. Spoken like a true politician. Listen, that we're so proud of you. Everything that you're calling out, the things that you're doing, dual enrollment. I mean, you're taking these college classes at a junior level, so that's a huge responsibility there, and it's really preparing you for that next level. So this is really an exciting time for you.
Yes,
and so are you enjoying this ride?
I am.
You look like you are. You look like you are. And so what is it that you're going to be doing for your talent, and how hard have you been working to get ready for September 23rd?
Well, as far as the talent goes, I'll be doing a dance with a little bit of a monologue involved into it as well.
Yes, honey. You're going to give us a little Broadway. Well, we're excited for you. We're excited to see you up there. We're pleased to know so many wonderful young ladies are representing us, and to see that you all are very different.
Yes,
you all have your own personalities. You have your own way of doing things. Your skills that you have, these are your own. They weren't borrowed or stolen, and so these are your own. So we're excited to see you, and we're so happy and proud to be with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back with the fabulous ladies representing in this pageant.
I'm Dr. Manuel Vega from Dublin Macon Cardiology. I've been in the same office in the campus of Fairview Park Hospital since 2004. I usually market myself as being Lawrence County only cardiology group that's available 24 hours, 7 days a week. What it means is I live in town. I live probably 5 minutes from the hospital. This is different from some of the other cardiologists in the area which mostly reside or live in, probably the closest place will be Macon, Georgia, which is about an hour away. On any given day, my office is open and a patient may come in and see myself or see my PA or my nurse practitioner and actually get an answer immediately than having to wait for weeks or days or waiting until that doctor has another rotation locally. The difference in having a local cardiologist, especially a person with all the credentials and all the boards, is that you get excellent care and you get it locally. I don't have a mission statement, but my statement is go through life and touch people positively and make a difference in somebody else's life. And that's how I practice, and that's how I live.
For over 21 years, JT Hanna has provided Dublin and Middle Georgia with quality promotional products and superior service you can count on. JT Hanna specializes in screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We also provide customers with original artwork and logos through our talented in-house design. Our website makes designing and ordering t-shirts easy. You can design, choose from an uploaded template, or upload your own custom logo to easily create a lasting impression. Customers can also create purchase sites to make selling shirts for fundraisers or events easy and stress-free. Whether you need promotional items for your company or next event, JT Hanna can help. We take pride in delivering the highest quality products, and we take pride in serving you. Try us. I think you'll like us. Contact us today at 478-274-1267 or visit us on the web at jthanna.com.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're talking about the Miss Black U.S. Ambassador Pageant, which is taking place on September the 23rd at the Dublin High School Auditorium. And we are meeting these young ladies. And I tell you, it has been so fantastic. It's been a pleasure and honor to be able to stand before these girls as they share with us. Hi, darling.
Hello.
You know it's always good to see you. We've talked many times, haven't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're talking again. Tell us what's been going on.
Well, my name is Janiyah Oliver. I attend Dublin High School, where I am in the 11th grade. I'm the daughter of John and Shakira Oliver. I'm a part of Dublin High School dance line, where I'm the understudy captain, a part of basketball cheer, Beta Club, FCC, LA, and I'm also an honor student.
Look at that right there. I know your parents are proud of you. I saw your dad the other day talking about how proud he was of you. I mean, you're doing so many things. You're always in the public eye. How do you feel every time you get on stage, have to perform, or have to do something in front of the public? How do you feel getting ready for that?
I'm always prepared.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to be in front of a crowd because I like being in the spotlight, honestly. So I feel like every time I'm in public or on stage, I have to represent, not only for myself, but for my family also.
That's right. And so what do you do to prepare? What do you do to be always on, to be always ready? What do you do to get in that zone?
It takes a lot of time to yourself. So a lot of things that you may do, you know, for fun, just to relax. You may have to cut it out a little, just so you can get prepared. Always be ready. You don't want to half step, because when the time comes, you want to come with it.
That's right, honey. You taking us way back with no half stepping. And so have you always been like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you get that from?
My mother.
I was going to say, I don't know if that came from your daddy or not. John, I'm playing with you. But, you know, and so it's like, and these are things that we have to grow into, really. We have to grow into this. And we have to learn. And we have to learn to get into that type of discipline. And so tell us, what has been the highlight of your career as a dancer?
I would say the highlight, it would have to be this year of having the position of understudy captain, because I'm truly honored and humbled to have that position.
That's good. And then to see you working with those little girls at the dance camp, what feelings did you get after that was over?
I miss them because I mean, for one, I love kids, and for two, I love dancing. So when you combine that, you just, I mean, you get something that you can't get tired of. So I'm always ready for the next year to come around, because I'm so ready for them to come back.
And you know, when you all are dancing, did you notice how they look at y'all?
Yes,
they be like, little eyes are like batting, and they're kind of like, you know, glassed over, because it's like they want to be you. And so that is a big responsibility. And you know, and for you girls to know that there are other young ladies that are looking up to you. And so there is a responsibility whether you want to take that responsibility or not, there's a responsibility that's on you. And so pageants. Tell us about your pageantry career.
Well, I did my first pageant when I was 12 years old, and ever since, it's just been ongoing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And what did you like about pageants for it to be ongoing?
Truly, I just love dressing up. I love that part of it when I was younger. But as it became more serious, doing pageants like this with Miss Brenda, it helps build your character and personality, honestly. And you get to be a role model to other young girls that may want to do pageants themselves.
You're absolutely right. And so tell us, how is it to be under the tutelage of Miss Brenda Smith? Because I always say, Miss Brenda knows what she's doing, but she has to sometimes crack the whip. You know. And so how is it working with her, and as she mentors you, how has that journey been for you?
It's amazing, honestly. I can't say I'm blessed to have a director like Miss Brenda for me. She's taught me many things, not only for the pageantry world, but also as a young lady for yourself. So I really wouldn't ask for any other director. I'm truly glad to have her as my pageant director.
And we're glad to have her as well, because she comes with a wealth of knowledge. And the thing is, too, she loves you girls. And she cares about not what just happens to you on the floor of this pageant, but also after that, in the years to come. She wants to see you to be the ladies that she knows that you can be. And so let's see here. Now, these pageants, what is it that you like the most about it, and what do you like the least?
The most, I would say, being around other girls, being able to build bonds that you'll be able to hold on to. And what I like the least is, I have to say, preparing for it, because it takes a lot. And by the end of it, you're just drained.
Yeah. So, like the night of the 23rd, you're going to be like, you're going to be spent. Don't talk to me about pageants. Yes, my name is Janiyah Oliver. Yeah. I'm not wearing another gown until it's, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you pour so much of yourself into this, and then it's like you kind of spent. And so after, so with this, like the gown, right? What color gown are you wearing? Is there specific colors for specific groups, or you just can wear whatever color?
Oh, you can wear whatever you please.
What color are you wearing?
My dress is white and silver.
Gonna be looking like Snow White up there. Cannot wait. And so some girls are saying about how they have to practice that poise in walking across that stage. Are you always that elegant to be able to do that, or do you still practice to kind of get yourself ready?
Oh, I still practice. I have to make sure everything is perfect as can be on pageant day. I mean, even if you have been doing pageants for an extended amount of time, you still want to practice to make sure you have it.
That's right.
You don't ever just want to go assuming, oh, I have it, I got it.
Right.
You want to make sure.
That's right. And the thing is, it's important to be confident. But when you're overconfident and you kind of leave things lacking to where you're like, oh, I got this.
Yes,
oh, I've been doing this a long time. Oh, I got this. And then you fall off the stage. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because we have to, even in what I do, I have to practice. I have to prepare myself, because you never, ever just have it all completely together. And so now, what message do you want to give to the ladies out there? Because you talk about how you have to already stay on. You always have to have it, have things prepared. You had to learn that. And so help some other girls out there who have a little bit of a difficult time, getting it together and getting things scheduled and getting yourself prepared to be on set to perform.
Well, for one, if you've never done a pageant and you're thinking about it, please don't be hesitant. It's an amazing way to build new friendships, work on your personality, break out of your shell, and become the beautiful young lady that you know you can be. Also, you want to prioritize when doing the pageant. You have to manage your time carefully. That's the most important thing.
There you go. I mean, you could actually kind of write the do's and don'ts about pageantry. And what is your talent you're going to be performing?
I will be doing a liturgical dance.
You know I heart you all so much, and so cannot wait, sis, to see you girls on the stage in your element. Yes, of course, being able to be free and to be expressive in dance. Congratulations to you. Always a pleasure. You're so elegant, and always a pleasure to speak with.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Oliver. Yes. Well, look at this right here. Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Have we met before?
Yes, we have, actually.
Oh, here we go again. Yes. And so, listen, it's so good to see you. You look great. You've been ready for tonight, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Now, this is your moment to shine. This is your moment now to talk to the people out there, Dublin, Lawrence County, surrounding areas, to share all about you. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
The floor is yours.
My name is Nakaya Redding. I'm in 11th grade at West Lawrence High School, and I am the daughter of Letitia Wright, who is a 13-year military officer.
Very nice. Very nice. And so have you had to move around much?
Yes, ma'am.
How's that experience been? Because my kids, we moved around as a military family. We moved 20 times.
We moved almost 15 times.
I'm telling you.
Me and my, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Me and my siblings were almost born in different states.
Yeah. I had 2 born in Kansas and 2 born in Georgia, and so it's like coming to this part of Georgia is a little bit different. And so how long have you been here, and how long have you acclimated?
I was born here in December 7, 2000, and I've lived here for a total of 10 years, I'm pretty sure of.
All right.
And elevating, just coming back home sometimes, just like I know my way around here.
There you go. Familiar territory.
Very familiar.
And so with you, I mean, life is different, you know, for you with the military family and the military officer's family, which I'm very familiar with. And so it teaches you, you know, with your mom being military, it teaches you a little bit of different things. And how has that been a good thing for you?
It has been a very good thing for me, especially in this time now. After these hurricanes in the past, my mom has taken on a big step on helping people get back on their feet. And I'm a loving and caring person, and I would just love to help this country and just see people get back to the right place.
That's good. And did you get that from your mom? Did you learn that type of compassion from your mom?
Yes, I have.
Very good. And now here we go, pageants. Now you and I have been talking off camera, and it seems like you've started pageants since you were in your mama's womb. Tell us about tell us about your season of pageantry and getting started in that, and how your experience has been.
Wow. I mean, I started when I was a baby, and ever since then I've just been growing. I've been doing pageants for 10 to 11 years now. And this year will make my 12th year.
Yes.
I've won one and placed one, and others I cannot remember.
Cannot remember. So what what has been this experience so many years? What have you learned? What all have you learned? What has changed about you?
I've learned that the older you get, the more mature you become and more elegant a woman has to be in order to become a very high standard and for people to look up to her.
Yeah.
So in this pageant, I want people to be themselves. Learn to be yourself always, and learn to encourage others and help others to improve themselves as well. Your personality should explore once you meet someone.
Yes, that's right. Just bursting over. I love that. Love. And and so, and a lot of people though, this does take time. A lot of people, it doesn't come natural. For you, it comes natural, doesn't it?
No, ma'am. I have been practicing for years and will still practice.
And still practicing. And so for this pageant, is there anything different about this pageant from the others you've been involved in?
Yes, ma'am, there is. I'm not much of a speaking person, nor have I ever done a talent, but I'm glad to work on and get better at it.
That's good. So what is your talent?
My talent, I'm doing a live art.
Wait a minute. You're an artist?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been an artist?
I've been an artist since I was 5.
What? Oh my gosh. So you're going to be on stage and you're going to paint.
There is different levels of art.
Tell us about your live art.
My live art is going to be done in Korean pastel chalk, which I'm going to be able to do in 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness. You are about to give us a cultural awakening, aren't you?
A very cultural awakening.
This is, and I've seen that type of artwork done, and it's fascinating. It's like to be able to see a blank canvas, and then you create something that people are just going to go, okay.
Yes.
Okay. You did that.
Yes.
You did that. And so you want them to have that expression of, oh my gosh.
Yes, because everything about art is meaningful. Your life is art itself. So what I'm having to plan is to make sure my image gives off a great message about Black women.
Yes.
Period. Because we have been suffering since 1920 when we had our legal right to vote. So I just want to give people the beauty of how Black women are.
This is going to be exciting because, you know, we go way back past 1920s, honey, with things that we've experienced. So this is going to be something that's going to be a cultural awakening, and not just for us Black women, but just for people to see a young woman like you to be so transformative in the arts. Because to me, art is healing. To be able to use your hands, you know, that kinesthetic way that you're going to show us, you're going to tell us a story. Wow. And what do you do to get ready for that?
What I'm preparing is, it's a long process, and you have to have the right image. You have to have, everything has to be in place.
Yes.
And I'm a perfectionist with my art, so if I don't get it right the first time, keep doing it until it looks like it gives off the right scenery.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing how it gives off the right scenery. You've been a joy to speak with and so interesting, and we're so excited. Like for me, the creative juices are flowing just imagining what you're going to present on stage. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
What if there was a paint that had the power to awaken something old, or painfully dated, or something you simply thought was lost forever, because it could form a strong bond regardless of age? If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, you have to wonder, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore, only available at independently owned paint and hardware stores.
Available at Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering. At Hometown Supply, locally owned and operated, means something to owner Glenn Register. And from the time you walk into Hometown Supply, you'll feel the difference. And you'll find a great selection of appliances to choose from, including stoves, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, and more. Hometown Supply offers quality new and used appliances to fit your budget. Open an account today. Hometown Supply delivers. Hometown Supply, locally owned and operated.
Well, well, well. When. Is this the baby of the bunch?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Good to see you. Have you been kind of really like waiting for this here?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you good? Have you kind of gotten your nerves right for it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The floor is yours. Talk to us.
Well, my name is Micaiah Smith. I'm in the 9th grade, and I attend East Lawrence Middle School. High school.
High school now. That's it, honey.
Well, I'm the baby of the group. I'm the only 9th grader. So, and I'm in Beta Club. I run track. I play soccer. I cheer. I'm in FBLA, and this year I'm joining Skills USA.
Oh my gosh, those are such great organizations, and you're going to learn so many different things with that Skills USA. And so now transition from middle school to high school and jumping into so many different things. How has that been, the transition?
Sometimes it's frustrating because you have to get used to the students, the teachers, and classes. Cause in 8th grade and down, it was like close together, but they got me walking down that 100 hall.
Yes.
And I can't do that.
To get from the 100, then the 600, and then they have other buildings you have to go to.
Ma'am.
And so, but you're kind of getting adjusted.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, have you done pageants before?
Yes, ma'am, ever since pre-K.
Ever since pre-K. So this is that one that started. So you're really not a baby when it comes to pageants here, but at being one of the younger ones. And so in your experience, tell us what it's been like for you.
It's been really fun. You get used to it a whole lot. It's fun to meet new people, and then you get adjusted to your people that help you out.
Right.
So it's not really hard. Anybody can do it if you put your mind to it.
Is this pageant different from the others?
Yes, ma'am, because I have to do a lot. Like my talent-wise, I have to do a lot. I have to go off of memorization. That's one thing that I'm working on. So it's a lot.
All right, and so your talent, what are you going to be doing?
A monologue.
A monologue. Now, is it a very long one?
It's not that long. I just memorized it.
You already got it down pat.
Yes,
so now you've memorized it. Now it's time to make it your own.
Yes, ma'am.
And with monologues, I mean, my family got so sick. They get so sick of me with monologues. When I have to learn a monologue, I'm saying it over and over and
Me
over
too.
and over. And I make note cards too. Do you ever make note cards?
I made some.
Good. And just to keep those, I keep them in my purse wherever I go. I keep them with me so that I'm constantly, you know, regurgitating that over and over, the repetition of it to where it just flows, where like I'm not even thinking about it. Are you there yet?
Like, I could say it with, like, no hesitation.
Right.
And I don't have to read my note card anymore, so it's very easy now. Now that I memorize it.
All right, so you've got it memorized.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you've got to turn that thing. You've got to take us to wherever you are.
Yes,
so this is now with the monologue, your opportunity to become whomever
Yes, ma'am.
you say you are,
Yes,
right? So
ma'am.
this is good. And so now with this pageant, so working with Miss Brenda Smith, is this your first time?
No, ma'am.
So when did you work with her before?
I used to work with her a while back when I first started. And
How old were you then?
I was real young. It was like, not when I first started, but it was like somewhat when I,
How old were you then?
like 6.
Oh my Lord, you've been working. Miss Brenda's been here a minute, hasn't she? So you were like 6 years old and working with Miss Brenda Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
So that should help you a lot to where you've already, you know the style that she is, you know what she looks for, and you become comfortable enough with her to where she can give you pointers. You'll be able to take it and turn it and go with it.
Yes, ma'am.
And have you made connections with the other young ladies here?
All of them.
All of them. And what have you liked most about this pageant?
What I like most is that it's different, and it brings you out of your shell a lot because you have to talk a lot, and then you get to meet the nice girls like them.
Right, these nice girls.
I get to be myself around them.
Well, you're going to be yourself. And of course, with this being a competition, you all are competing against one another.
Yes,
and so with that being said, we want to say congratulations to you for all the things that you've accomplished. Here you are, the freshman of the group,
Yes,
but still
ma'am.
not the baby as far as the experience.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we cannot wait to see you on that stage,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Micaiah. Good to see you, darling. Well, well, well. We have contestant number what?
9.
Number 9. Hey, Sugar Plum.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to
Look
see
at this
you.
thing right here. You know I always like seeing you.
Really?
Of course. Of course. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Share with us, darling.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Stanley. I attend Dublin High School, where this year I am a senior. I'm the only majorette this year with the auxiliary for the Dublin Marching Band. I am in FBLA, and this year is my first year in student council. I take AP honors and IB classes.
Very nice. How's that been, your schedule this year?
It's tough.
Oh, yeah. It's tough.
Especially being a senior.
It is. It is. And, of course, seeing you as the Lone Ranger, majorette.
Right. The only one.
The only one. And so if you had to summarize how your experience has been at Dublin High School, what would you say have been the highlights for it?
Being with my classmates. I know when my 9th grade year and 10th grade, I didn't really communicate with a lot of people, but I see myself now as being more social and just starting to be myself and growing out of my shell.
That's good. And tell us about your family and your personality. Who does it come from?
My parents are Shemida and Randy O'Neill and Kenyatta Stanley. I would say my personality comes from my mother and my grandmother.
There you go. Wow. And so having that being said, you know, we talk about support systems. How big of a support is your family to you in the things that you do?
Oh, my mother. She's there for everything.
Yeah.
And both of my late grandmother, she was too. She was a big support system.
I love your grandmama. You know that. Our family loved your grandmama. And, you know, and so pageants. How many pageants have you done outside of this one?
I would say this is my 3rd year doing a pageant.
Did you do this one last year?
Yes, ma'am.
How was that experience?
It was a great experience. All the girls got along well, and we just
We had fun. Last year was really fun.
That's good. And so with that being said, because you had a good experience last year, is that why you chose to do this again?
Of course, and to meet new people.
How's that been for you? Because, you know, it's a lot of girls, and you all are getting along. Yes.
Yes, everybody does get along. I think this year we have a great group of girls.
Yeah.
Great.
And that's good. And with you being a senior, again, there's that expectation that's put on you. I mean, and I think that, you know, I know your parents as well and Miss Brenda, but we put that expectation of being a leader on you.
Yes,
so we do expect you to be a certain way. What type of leadership skills do you have? And what things do you do to help these younger girls?
Well, anything that they need help with, I try to make sure I'm there to help.
Yeah.
And just answer questions, be there, and give them some pointers and tips.
Give it some
like
tips.
that.
There it is. And then your senior year, this is a very busy year for you, and of course, and so it's going to be gone before you know it. So these are a lot of lasts for you, you know, and you're going to be a college student next year. What are your plans?
Well, right now, I'm hoping to attend the unsinkable Albany State University
Yes.
to major in forensic science.
That's going to be so awesome. That's going to be so great for you. And so this is your last year doing this pageant.
It is.
Oh my gosh, bittersweet for you, you know. And so what are you doing for your talent?
Well, this year I'm going to do spoken word again.
I gave a moment of silence because you know how I feel about that. And so, you know, it does require so many great things to do spoken word. How do you prepare yourself for this event?
Practice. With spoken word, I think it's more of emotion and showing emotion throughout what you're talking about.
Yeah. You've been practicing that?
In the mirror.
In the mirror. I'm telling you. I mean, our best audience is in the mirror to kind of get those emotions to not only through your voice, through the vocal, but also through the physical part of you. Those facial expressions. I mean, that right there, it can turn it up a notch depending on what you say and how you look when you're saying it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're excited to see you out there. We know you're going to look gorgeous. We know you're going to represent well. And we are only expecting great things from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you, darling. Alyssa Stanley. Well, this is contestant number 10, so you're the last one?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. You've been waiting for this, right?
Yes.
Okay, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Okay, the floor is all yours now. This is now your moment to tell us all about you. All right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
My name is Kiana Swint. I am the daughter of Christian Swint. I am currently a senior at Dublin High School, class 2K18.
Yes.
I'm very proud of that. I am currently in AP classes. I am currently in our book club and student council. So this year for me, I'm definitely just more so very focused on my studies.
That's good. And your focus. When did you start becoming focused?
I think it was definitely the beginning of high school when reality kicked in.
Yes.
We almost there.
You're like, oh my gosh, this isn't middle school.
No.
And you know, and every level that you get to, that focus is gonna have to even get sharper and sharper. And so these AP classes, how's that?
They definitely do give you a real insight on how college class is gonna be because they do not take it easy on you. They expect you to have the work done as if you would if you were in the college class.
That's right. That's right. And so there's that expectation again. Yes. And you're in a pageant. Yes. Have you always been in pageants?
This is my very first
one. Oh my Lord, your senior year and your first time being in pageants.
Yes.
Were you nervous? Who convinced you to take part in this pageant?
Miss Brenda.
Miss Brenda, what'd she do? She didn't have to twist your arm, did she?
No, it's just I was definitely nervous because I feel like sometimes if you don't have the experience, maybe you shouldn't do something. But Miss Brenna's like, you can still do it no matter what you've been through, no matter how hard it may be, no matter where you come from, you can still do it if you put your mind to it.
That's right.
So she could definitely see I was driven to it, and I was so excited to see the opportunities to be out there. I was just ready.
And we're ready for you. Now, is there anything you're nervous about or that you're having to work on?
My walk.
Oh, my. You wearing high heels?
Yes, and I
do. You normally wear high heels?
No, I do not.
Oh, my. So you've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
You can't walk like that, right?
It's so serious that when I went to prom, I wore Converses. I do not wear heels. So, but Miss Brenda has definitely been very helpful with the walk and stuff. And she was like, you got this, you know, take your time. And I think overall to have a director like that who's very supportive of you, I think that's even more. So like,
that's right.
To have this experience
That's
with her.
right. And to have your family there. Now, you know, some families get wild in the stands, you know, and this, you know, have signs and everything up.
I have family from Albany, Georgia coming down to see me.
Oh, goodness gracious. So we don't know what to expect with your family.
We do not. They're coming.
But how does it feel for you to see your family out there in the audience and know that you've got people who are rooting for you? How does that feel for you?
I feel like that's the best feeling you can have on that stage, knowing that no matter how good or bad you do, you will still have people supporting you.
That's right. That's right. And through the years, you know, when you're talking about your senior year, you've been doing a lot of things. And so you've got to have people and family there to support you.
Yes.
And to know that you do, that's special.
Yes.
All right, senior year is going to be over before you know it. What are you going to do with your life after this year?
My goal is to attend the University of Georgia, and I would like to earn my master's degree in computer science to become a database administrator.
Look at you. You've already chosen the job already.
Yes.
That's gonna be so great. And, you know, and I think that when we hear you all talk like that, when you kind of talk about the things that not only your aspiration, but your true goals, like things that you are definitely working on and you're working towards those right now, I mean, that makes us all feel proud.
Yes.
And with you, contestant number 10, what are you going to be doing out there again? What's your talent?
I'm going to be doing spoken word.
Woo! This is going to be good, right?
It is.
This is going to be good. And you know, girls, I think that every time, whatever your talent is, whether you're singing, whether you're dancing, whether you're doing the artistry, whether you're doing spoken word, anything that you're doing, it's an expression of who you are. It's an expression of something that's most innermost in you, something that you're passionate about. And so what we're going to see is we're going to see your passion in action.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. And so listen, it's been a pleasure to talk with you, Ms. Went. It's been an honor to hear you, to talk about your goals, to talk about what this pageant has done for you.
Yes.
Wow.
It's exciting, and I can't wait to experience it on September 23rd at DHS Auditorium at 6 p.m.
All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you have met all of these beautiful ladies. This has been your opportunity to kind of listen to them, to kind of know a little bit more about them, and for them to be able to be so self-expressive, not just about who they are, but who they strive to be. That is extra special. So we hope to see you all out there on September the 23rd at Dublin High School's auditorium. This is the Miss Black U.S. Ambassador Pageant 2017, and these gorgeous girls need your support. That's all the time we have for Real Talk, and ladies and gentlemen, please keep watching.